Hi, family scholars. I'm here again to engage you into another read aloud. Today we're going to be reading All for Me and None for All. This book is written by Helen Lester and is illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. In this story, we're going to come across some humorous characters. When I say humorous, these are characters that we find funny. Looking at the front cover, think about what do you notice on the front cover of All for Me and None for All. This is Gruntley. He's a hog. A hog is another word for a pig. Well, actually, they're like larger pigs. He is greedy and wants to keep everything for himself. Are you wondering how this makes the other animals feel? Because I'm wondering that. Helen Lester decided to write about an animal treasure hunt. What do you think Gruntley will find in this treasure hunt? Today, as I read All for Me and None for All, I want you to be thinking about Gruntley. And I want you to think about how does Gruntley change in this story? In the beginning, Gruntley's one way. Then the middle happens and he goes through these experiences. And in the end, he's another way. And so as a reader, as a phenomenal reader, you're going to be thinking about that character change. How was Gruntley changing throughout the story? Remember, at the end, I'm going to ask that question again, and you're going to respond to that question using our portfolio feature on Dojo. All for me and none for all. Again, thinking about how was Gruntley changing throughout this story. All for me and none for all. Gruntley was a ball hog. Not only did he refuse to share his toys with Hampshire and Berkshire, but he helped himself to theirs. Gruntley grabbed Yorkie's shoes even though he already had far more shoes than feet. And it got worse. Gruntley consistently snuck up on Woolworth and Cluck to gather more fluff and feathers so he would have the poofiest pillows. If there was a something, he wanted it all for himself. Think about how do you think Gruntley's feel? How do you think Gruntley's friends feel about Gruntley and the fact that when everyone has something, he wants to take everything for himself? How would you feel about Gruntley? What a hog, snorted Hampshire, Berkshire, and Yorkie. He bestows new meaning upon the word. Wise Woolworth said wisely, Cluck. Cluck said and nodded. She was a chicken of few words. Clearly, Gruntley's companions were fed up with his greediness. Remember what it means to be greedy? Remember, you want everything for yourself. Gruntley is very greedy. One day as Gruntley was skipping along, woofing someone else's donut and collecting illegal flowers, he came upon a sign. This parks department invites you to a treasure hunt on Saturday. Oh, yes! Exclaimed Gruntley. A treasure all for me. Gold up to my belly, silver to my snout, diamonds to my pointy ears. That's what it's all about. Hey. When Saturday came, Gruntley was ready for action. The park ranger explained the rules of the treasure hunt to the eager hunters. You will have 3 clues, she said. I'll give you the first clue. If you follow that and the other clues, you will find the treasure. Ooh, said Hampshire, Berkshire, and Yorkie. A stupendously superb opportunity, observed wise Woolworth. Cluck, agreed Cluck. And over at the starting line, yes, here's Gruntley. I'm going to be number 1 and get all of the treasure, all for me and none for all. There they start the treasure hunt with clue number 1. The park ranger called out the very first clue. Oh, you can't see. Clue number 1. Go 50 steps, then you will see clue number 2 under the sea. Yes! There's Gruntley shouting out. Didn't even listen to the entire clue. Gruntley was in such a hurry to be in the lead, he didn't bother to hear the end of the clue. As the others headed off to look under the tree, Gruntley was racing toward the sea. So it was tree, but he heard sea. So lets me know that Gruntley's not a great listener, and we know how important it is to listen. Oh, there's Gruntley. Gruntley did not get far. Gruntley got wet, so he slugged back. As he passed the tree, the second clue, which the other hunters had left behind, blew right into his hand. Clue number 2. To find the next clue and make your heart sing, go to the playground, look under the... Now let's see if Gruntley's going to read the entire clue. Again, greedy Gruntley was so eager to be number 1, he skipped the last word. I got it, he snorted. Wing! Look under the wing. And we know where he should have been looking, not a wing, but a... Several annoyed and squawking birds later, Gruntley gave up the wing idea. And as he hurried past the playground swing, he tripped over the last clue, which his companions had tossed in the grass. Clue number 3. To find your own treasure, turn left at the frog, and there it will be under a... I know, cried Gruntley. Under a hog. And there it will be, under a hog. Yes. Again, Gruntley is not completely reading the clues, so how does he know really where to go? And he sees some hogs. Gruntley galloped on. Zoom left at the frog and screeched to a halt. He was surprised to find his companions already sitting on a log. Not a hog. He was supposed to be looking for a log. But no time to wonder. It was time for some serious hog tipping. Pardon me. Move it, please. Sorry. War didn't mean you. Squeezy. Look what Gruntley has done. When both the hogs had been tipped with absolutely no treasure beneath them, Gruntley paused and blinked. How could this be? No gold, no silver, no diamond? Or diamonds. Excuse me. Good readers read the entire word. Wait a minute. Gruntley eyed the little bags the others were clutching. What you got? The little group backed away. Trail mix, they answered. Our treasures. I wonder why they're backing away. That's it. Trail mix. Seriously? Gruntley was almost speechless as his mind tried to replace gold, silver, and diamonds with trail mix. This was stressful, but he did it. After all, trail mix was rather yummy and crunchy and sweet and delicious. Remember, trail mix can typically be anything, but it's usually when they put a whole bunch of items like cereal. Sometimes people use nuts, raisins, M&Ms, and they make a little mix, a little snack mix, which is trail mix. And tap your nose if you ever had trail mix. It's so delicious. I don't suppose there might be some left for me. All for me. Gruntley's fellow hunters, fearing that he might grab at any moment, gripped their little bags so tightly they crackled. Then cluck, the chicken, then Cluck, the chicken, a few words stuttered forward. She looked Gruntly in the eye and said, Cluck! Look, wondered Gruntly. Look where? Cluck pointed her ruffled wing toward the log. Cluck! There, asked Gruntly. And then Cluck got down on her knees, or whatever chickens get down on, and pointed way low with her beak. Cluck, 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 cluck. Under the log? And what do you notice under the log for Gruntly? Oh, now. Gruntly got it, without even waiting as Cluck clucked, you betcha, cluck, cluck, cluck. Gruntly looked under the log and grabbed his treasure. He was about to dig in, but wait. The others had saved it. No one had touched it, or taken it, or snatched it, or grabbed it, or tried a nibble, or a gobble, or hogged it. Think about what Gruntly just realized. The fact that no one's greedy like him. No one snatched it. No one grabbed it. No one gobbled it. They left it there. And think about, what's this going to do to Gruntly? How has this changed Gruntly? Let's see. Let's see what Gruntly's going to do next. Let's see if you can see. Gruntly was so moved by his companion's kindness and honesty, there was only one thing to do. Should he? Would he? Could he? Cluck, cluck, wondered Cluck. As Gruntly moved closer, Hampshire, Berkshire, and Yorkie hugged their treasures, trembling. Why would they be trembling? They're holding those straight like, no, Gruntly. Cluck continued to wonder, and Woolworth pulled the wool over his eyes. Gruntly looked at his worried companions. Oh, what's Gruntly going to do? The little group took a deep breath. Gruntly just smiled. Almost all for me, but some for all. And Gruntly shared. So readers, amazing reader, phenomenal readers. Again, I want you to think about Gruntly, and I want you to think about how Gruntly has changed. Think about, how was Gruntly in the beginning? How would you describe him? And think about, well, what happened in the middle? What experiences did he go through? And then think about at the end, how would you describe Gruntly at the end of the story? Today, I'm posting this on our dojo portfolio, or in your dojo portfolio. Please make sure you respond. Remember, good readers use complete sentences and good readers use text evidence. All right, I look forward to reading your responses. I'll talk to you later. Peace, love, and all those good things.